Hey guys, welcome to Liga United. Welcome to another video, and finally I can talk on a very positive note. Barcelona 5, Betis 2 at the Camp Nou. First home game of the season, and what a game it was. It was a good game with some fantastic performances. I have to say that it is very funny, and I am gonna probably take advantage of something that is just situational, but it's gonna be true. It's just good to see Barcelona be like, it wasn't even that they were great. They were just running. They were just concentrated, like with a good level of intensity. It was just good. But right now, good for Barcelona is great. So I have to say it was really good to see this from Barcelona. The performance was very superb. Very good players in the starting lineup. The substitutions were good. Ernesto Valverde was fine. Like, he was fine. Nothing too wrong with his substitutions. The players, no one particularly was bad. There was a player that not that he was bad. It was just that he was in a role that, again, is not his own. And this is responsible for Ernesto Valverde, and I think if whoever saw the game knows which player I'm pointing out here. But I hope that it will get better as the season goes on. Let's go into lineups and then let's talk about how the game went. Barcelona up to start with Marc-André ter Stegen in net, Nelson Semedo, Gerard Piqué, Clement Lenglet and Jordi Alba in defense, a midfield trio of Sergio Busquets, Frenkie de Jong and Sergi Roberto, and a forward line of Rafinha, Carles Perez and Antoine Griezmann. Now Betis opted to go with Dani Martin in net, Emerson, Bartra, Sidney and Alfonso Pedraza as fullbacks, a midfield four of Cristian Tello, William Carvalho, Andrés Guardado and Sergio Canales, and Nabil Fekir and Loren Moron as the forwards. Now, with that said and done, I want to talk about how the game went. It was divided into sections. The game split into sections, some better than others. But I want to first start with the negative, because there's not much that is negative, but it's something that we have to look out, because there is just no way that I'm going to accept that we make Frenkie de Jong fail. Because yes, he was the worst player on the pitch, or at least for Barcelona, by a country mile. By a country mile, he was the worst, and it's not that Frenkie de Jong was bad. It's just that he's playing in a role that is not his. It's not his role. Why is Frenkie de Jong role in the team helping Sergio Busquets defend? Like, we saw, Frenkie de Jong defensively is not good enough, and that's why I think that as a lone pivot has a long way to go. He could eventually get there, but has a long way to go. Why is Jordi Alba, if you have Frenkie de Jong next to you, why is Jordi Alba doing the ball progression for us? This is what I don't understand. I don't understand. Why is Frenkie de Jong doing the Arturo Vidal role? He should be the player that grabs the ball and makes the ball move around into the final third of the pitch. Instead, we have Jordi Alba, Sergio Busquets, Rafinha, everyone but Frenkie de Jong doing that role in the pitch. And I just don't accept it, because you're making him fail. Like I said, if you're gonna play with a team with players that are different into the roles that we need, then don't play Frenkie de Jong in that position if you're gonna do that. Play Arturo Vidal, play Sergio Roberto, play whoever, but don't play Frenkie de Jong and don't play Arthur in those positions. You're gonna make them be that defensive and solely don't give them the ball as much as they need to. But other than that, it was fine. That's pretty much the only criticism that I have to give Valverde during the match. I thought that, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm gonna admit that I was mistaken, because I said at the beginning of the season that Sergio Busquets wasn't ready, that Sergio Busquets wasn't, not that he wasn't good enough, and to a point he has long ways to go, but this was one of the best Sergio Busquets performances that I've seen in a while. He performed fairly well. Like I said, still has long way to go to be the best Sergio Busquets, but it was a lot better today. And this is what I mean. Sergio Busquets, even on a decent level for Busquets, is still great, meaning that he doesn't need help defensively. He needs help in the press, but he needs help from the whole team, not necessarily from just the midfielders. Therefore, the midfielders are able to do their own thing, while Busquets does the defensive reading of the play. So, please allow the interior midfielders to do the ball progression for Barcelona. Because literally, Arthur and Frankie de Jong, or Sergio Roberto and Frankie de Jong, whoever's in the midfield, is supposed to transition the ball into the final third. This is the reason that Messi has had to back his possession so much, because he doesn't have anyone to do the ball progression anymore. But now we have Frankie de Jong and Arthur, and we have players to do that. Therefore, let's allow these players to do so. I want to talk about line by line. Ter Stegen was fine. Whenever called upon, he did what he could. The two shots that he conceded, there was nothing that he could have done. A really good shot from Fekir and a very good strike from Loren Moron, who he happens to score pretty much every time that he plays against Barcelona. That's fine, I guess. Semedo and Alba were great. A lot of contributions. Decision making was on point today. Unlike in Bilbao, they were great. Especially Semedo today was absolutely fantastic. Began and Glad were fine. Decision making again was fine, but ball movement was alright. I would like you to give the ball to the midfielders quickly, more like quicker, but it was okay. It was good. It was a good performance. Sergio Roberto, he still has ways to go in the pressing, but at least in that role of coming from second line and arriving and transitioning the ball, moving the ball around, he was alright. Beautiful assist for the first goal from Antoine Griezmann, who it was a great finish, and a second assist and another assist where he kind of just laid off the ball for Griezmann, and he did the rest with that amazing shot from outside the box from the Frenchman, and he was fine. He again has long ways to go. Busquets was good. Frankie de Jong, he wasn't great, but again the role didn't suit what he needed. Rafinha, he was kind of a classic winger today, left-footed on the left side. He was very good with Jordi Alba and Griezmann in the first 50 minutes. I have to say that they were probably the best things in the first 15 minutes of the game. They were associating very well. There was a play where they were like back healing like 3 times. It was absolutely fantastic to see. He could be an option if he can stay fit for a whole season. He could have contributed a lot for Barcelona. Whether he's going to get the game time, it's another thing that I think that he might not be happy with the game time that he's going to get, because in the forward line and in midfield, he might not get enough minutes. Carles Perez was good. He was probably the third best player of the game, behind Busquets and Antoine Griezmann. He was running a lot. He was being very good in this game. He was playing with a lot of intensity. Decision making could have been better. There was times where he should have passed the ball to Griezmann, to Sergio Roberto, to Rafinha, Semedo, but in the lines it was good. His first home start for Barcelona, it was good. He kind of suits that Pedro role. He's a player that should be given like this is why I say you don't need Neymar. And no, I'm not saying that he's better than Neymar, not by any means. I know where you people are going now, but he's a forward that suits what we need. If we need ever a backup, Carles Perez is more than fine to be that backup player for us. Then you have the likes of Messi, Suarez, and Dembele, who are injured right now. You have Griezmann, you have Rafinha, you have Carles Perez, and if you really need, you have Abel Ruiz. For me, you have more than enough firepower to sustain you during the whole season. Now let's talk about the man of the match. For me, the man of the moment, Antoine Griezmann, who he played as a 9 today. He played as false 9, he plays as everything. He was absolutely superb today. Linking up with the fullbacks, with the midfielders, with the wingers, dropping back, drifting in left, drifting right, drifting center, shifting in between the center backs. It was absolutely sensational from Antoine Griezmann. His movement was great, passing, decision making, it was really good. He was attempting it. More than anything, he was trying. He wasn't just staying in and trying and wait to receive the ball. He was making things happen. He was moving around. And although I think that Valverde's criticism was a little bit unfair on him, like not totally unfair, but a little bit unfair, he took it well. He stepped up, and he kind of put the team on his back. He was very good today. Definitely the man of the match. And this is the kind of Griezmann that I want to see. This is why I think that if we have like a Griezmann, Messi, and a good Dembele or a good Suarez, then we can be a force to be reckoned with in the next couple of years. I think that he's shown today. I think that the Camp Nou has forgiven him with this kind of strikes, and I think that's positive for him. He needed this. He needed goals. He needed to, get off with a good start at home, and he did so with a fantastic win. I do have to say that Betis made it easy for Barcelona. I think we saw what happened last season where Betis won 4-3 and we beat them right now 5-2, but we saw the difference. Yes, you did lose Giovanni Lo Celso, but you have Nabil Fekir, who in my opinion is a better player than Giovanni Lo Celso. But the thing is that I think Real Betis didn't do what they needed to do, which was press us up. Like, yes, Griezmann and Carles Perez are fastest players that attack space, but they're not Dembele, they're not Malcolm. Yes, you have Jordi Alba and Semedo, but I think that they should have come and pressed us higher. Although I'm gonna be certain with you, they tried to press us high today with the concentration of the midfielders. I think they would have been in trouble today, but it would have been, I think, much beneficial for them. But we were in control the whole match. We didn't win because they were bad, but they did make it a little bit easy for us to dominate during the game. First 15 minutes where we were fantastic, then they go ahead and in the first chance that they get, they score a goal from a bad pass from Sergio Busquets and Rafinha, who waits for the ball to receive the ball. You should never be doing that. Don't wait to receive the ball. You always go for the ball. But I'm not gonna be scrutinizing anyone for that play. It was just an error that it can happen. It cost a goal, but it's fine. The team was still dominating, just that not as good as for the next 15 minutes until the 30th minute when Barcelona again kicked on gear and just started performing really well. It was good performances from Barcelona from the 30th until the 45th minute, and when we scored the goal, Betis just drops down and we go ahead and score in the second half. We go into gear. I don't know what they're doing defensively. It was horrendous. And Griezmann, Carles Perez, Jordi Alba go ahead and outscore their goals to finish off the game. Substitutions: Arturo Vidal came in for Sergio Busquets. Frenkie de Jong dropped into the pit position. Looked a little bit more comfortable, yet didn't have enough minutes to do actually anything of merit, but he was fine. Junior Firpo got his debut with Barcelona against Betis. His previous side substitute by Rafinha. And the young, talented from Guinea, Ansu Fati, has his debut. Came in for Carles Perez. Had about 15 minutes to play, and he was good. He was active. He was obviously the kid had the illusion of playing for Barcelona, wearing the shirt, getting his debut. And I think that's going to be serving as motivation for him to try to make it to the first team eventually. Is he ready to step into the first team? Probably not. He's still not even at Barça B. He's playing in Juvenile A, which is where Victor Valdez is coaching right now. He's going to be rotating between Juvenile A and Barça B, but I think that this debut and maybe one or two more performances in the Copa del Rey could be motivational for him to, step up, keep it up. And he has good things. He almost scored a goal. He was good doing things, playing with Semedo very well. He's a very fast, explosive player, very similar to Adama Traoré in that sense. And well, let's see. It was a really good performance from Barcelona. Nothing to criminalize here. I am very happy with the result. And we scored a lot of goals. Regardless of the goals, the best player in the pitch was Griezmann. And even if we would have lost this game 5-0, it doesn't matter, because we played well, and more likely than not, we would have won this match regardless. We won the match, and let's keep doing this. And I want to specify that today we won without Messi, without Suarez, and without Dembele. Last time around we had Messi, we had Suarez, We had Malcolm, we had Rakitic, we had pretty much a stronger team on paper, and we won today 5-2. Why? Because we are better, because we play better. So it's not about individualities, it's about the collective playing well. And today we played well, and let's keep it up. Let's hope that in the coming weeks we can improve our performances and get in top shape so we can face the upcoming season with all the strength that we have. Well said and done. Leave me all your opinions in the comment section below. Comment, like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one, Blaugranas.